All right, guys, welcome in to another edition here, live trading Wednesday, December 10th. And today is going by fast today. Today is one of those days where the jet lag kicked in from the trip that I had, and but I'm good. I'm locked in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Carol. Welcome in, Joe. Anika, welcome in. KG's in the house. Prachi, Brack, welcome in. Mr. Ron. And let's go ahead and kick things off today uh, with some live trading. See how it comes for us. I think probably today we're gonna get that move that I was looking for yesterday. However, yesterday the little Jibo did give a signal here, and all the Jibo is, guys, is to kind of give us the heads up that we sometimes can't see or wait for, especially more for your beginner, right? We can always as humans anticipate the movement, but we'll explain it here more in a second how that works. But welcome in, guys. Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. I'm your host, Gerardo G. Money Pies. And as always, right, these calls are for educational purposes only. Any trade idea or speculation, it is just that. So how does the S&T system work, guys? So, Deanna was asking the good questions. And, long term, on a big scale, I would like to see gold come down to 4,100. Intraday, anything can happen, right? It can go up and go down. We can always trade up or down in these scenarios, right? And put that human touch to what AI, doesn't see, right? AI, believe it or not, indicators, they're more patient than us, right? Because they're programmed just to do one thing, right? No, they don't have free will, right? Like we do. So yesterday the SMT was bullish and this thing bought. And simultaneously, right, as I'm trying to do things my way sometimes, the indicator or the AI or whatever, it will tell you a different way. And and again, after the session, right, I was asking the chat GPT, like, hey, is it normal for me to go against the indicator? And it was like, yeah, I mean, it's it's normal for that to happen, simply because it was created so it can kind of set your eyes and focus on the structure on that time frame. But subconsciously, right, you still have a lot of stuff in the back end where you kind of do things without indicators like this. And and over time, right, it'll filter out that for a new person, that's their foundation, that's their base. And it'll make their lives a lot easier. Okay, it'll make their lives a lot easier because they only know one thing: trust the system, win or lose by it. For those of us have more than 2 3 years of experience, right, it's a lot of stuff that we learned in the past that sometimes we wish we shouldn't we didn't learn, or habits that we created like, man, I shouldn't have this habit type of thing. Well, again, it'll take us a little bit of a learning curve to get adjusted. But uh, yesterday's example just proves to me, like, hey, just stick to your guns, stick to the S&P system, follow it. And if this doesn't work on the first try, then you can kind of go back and readjust versus the other way around. But yeah, yesterday's setup was a very, very clean setup, guys. I mean, it was a 15-minute rally based rally. The SMT was bullish. It did take a little while to take off, but it also gave us a nice signal right there, and that one to take profit. It barely missed the stop loss, but again, though, it gave us the entry down here in the hit TP. So this one is actually primed to give us another bearish signal. Okay, so the way that the Jibo is programmed, see, right now it's off. Whenever there is a signal, this will turn on. So let me just kind of rewind. All right. So see, the when price was down here, it did not give that Instagram buy limit entry, right? Why? Because the 17 structure was still bearish. The moment this 17, and what's in a pullback phase, complex pullback because both flags are above. But once price gets out of this pullback phase on the 17 line, and again, this is the same thing we're doing manually, okay? The same thing you're waiting for manually. The only difference is that the Gbo does, it gives it to you, right? So see, there it goes. You see now the little 17 flag is down here. And then it gives us a signal right there, turning this on. All righty. Turning this on. And it's basically the entry. The entry is based on the 17 box. The entry is at the 50% of the 17 box, and the stop loss is at the low of the 17 box. You see that, guys? So the only difference between GBO and not having GBO, right, is just that. So you guys are basically no. I'm teaching you guys what GBO is looking for. Okay, for it. So that's how it is. So whenever you see this thing turn green on your end of things, if you guys don't have access to GBO, that's what it'll be right there. So then, boom, go, don't chase. Let price come back down. It did. If you had a buy limit there, it hit the buy limits. Missed the stop loss. There it went. Okay. So that's what we're waiting for today. What we're waiting for today is again, we're at that high zone to sell, but at the same time, the 17, once this little flag it turns bearish, that's our correct opportunity to it'll give a signal if there's enough range there. It'll give a signal. But if not, I'm liking sales from 42.09. That is my area to look for some entries. And yeah, let's see if we can get there. Let's see if we can get there. So let's go to some place to go. We had news today, right? Forex Factory. Yeah, 1 p.m. FOMC. What's today? Wednesday. All right, perfect. I think on the way up, we left a rally-based rally, I believe. Yeah, we did. On the 1 hour, because it was a 15-minute. Good. All right, correct. So if we don't get to that 42.09 area, we did form this 15-minute rally-based rally. Okay. Right here. The most patient entry that we can find today for this sell is we need to let this rally-based rally break, maybe test the lows of the open. I mean the open of the first rally, and then see how high it go back up, and then sell. So we need this pattern, this bullish price action here to be used up, right? Um, Once it does, right? Oh, and if it doesn't really trend us above that 23 percentile line, I think we're good to previous day 23%. Yeah, so we don't get to that 42 or 9-ish area, let this rally base rally fail, and then we can catch it on the other side of things like that. Okay. Yeah, but see, structure, momentum, timing are all bearish. For those that have been, using the SMT system, have you guys noticed that when we have a structure reset, right? Like for example, if we pierce the high, the 204 would come to the bottom, and every time there's a structure reset, Market obviously tends to go in the opposite direction. Pretty strong, right? So if you've noticed that, uh, that's good, right? Because we can use that as confirmation here, where even though the 2 minute time frame is more bullish, we're still structure bearish, but the momentum is bullish. Um, us breaking a 204 structure, it doesn't mean that it's gonna, it's gonna reset. It doesn't mean that it's gonna continue buying right away because the 5 minute will still be bearish for a while. You see, the 5 minute, in order for the 5 minute to be bearish, price has to go over here, break it, and then they'll flip this one. But yeah, I think today the sales are calling our name. Once we break that level. Let's get this over. Last night I was working a little update on the SMT, but it's no major changes. It's just the current version that you guys have. I can't turn this off, even though when you check it, well now you can. This should be the updated one. See, yeah, see you can't turn the if you want this off for whatever reason, your version can't turn it off. So the updated version that I'm working on, I fixed that little bug. So I'll be pushing that one through today, and then I'll be working on the alarm system for the Gbo to see if we can get something going there as well. All right. The New York Impulse. We're rejecting the Asian session. Let me save this right quick. 8 minutes before the news comes, the news, the NYSE volume kicks in. Yeah, over the weekend, you guys know Paul, right? Paul from Spain. He shows up in our classes too, part of our legacy group, and he's been a student well, he's a trader now. I wouldn't call him a student, but he's been around at least almost 4 years now. And he found out he showed me his strategy based on the New York impulse, but he also has a fib setup that I really do like, uh, and he uses it based on New York. So he always waits to the 8:30 to the 8:30. He marks up his chart and he takes into account the first New York impulse from 7 in the morning till about 8:30. Okay, and then from there that will guide him on this next direction. So as you guys see here, here goes the New York impulse. And here's the thing, guys, right? So that's what I always tell you guys. Just because something is bullish on front of us doesn't mean that we go bullish all the time. It's just the way our markup is going to be. Make sense? Or our fib direction is going to be. We've seen it so many times where price rejects a 23% or whatnot, right? For me, yeah, Central Time project. Yeah, you're in Eastern. Yeah, so to you, it'll be just 1 hour afterwards. Yeah, so if you haven't, yeah, make sure that I'm UTC -6. You may be 1 hour ahead of me, UTC -5. So that will shift everything forward for you. If you're in that telegram of the COC, I did put in there the let me just double check what KG was asking for. Go to the telegram of COC and go to resources. And then from there, I have an indicator template tutorial for the higher time frame candles, lower time frame. Actually, you know what? I can copy it right here. There it is. It's a little zoom you guys can watch there. I can send it to you directly, sorry, which is fine. Indicator sessions template. I may need to update that a little bit because it is outdated. I think I made that one before the time change in the United States. So I think there is some adjustments that we need to do. I think you just got to change to GMT -6. That's it. Yeah. So regardless of your time zone, guys, regardless of your time zone, you make sure your time zone is correct right here. But on the indicator sessions, you copy exactly how I have mine. Okay. Which it's now GMT -6. All right. Where are they at? All right. So yeah. So given here that the New York is again, it has the right. So Paul has a bullish fib on this right now, simply because that's the direction of the impulse, right? And a lot of times he's looking for the buy, anywhere around there, which is valid, right? That price will come to it. Why do you set your time zone on the sessions indicator, Nico? The author of that indicator was pretty smart, right? Because he and again, I'm not chasing this sell, right? We have that 15-minute rally-based rally waiting for reaction. So we'll catch the next one, guys. So this makes it actually be a lot easier for us to copy, right? Because we already got to convert time, right? We got to convert time over here. And imagine you got to convert every single one on your time zone. It just be a little tricky. So if you just put everything on my time zone, on TradingView, it'll reflect appropriate. So it's just easier to copy. Just simple words. It's easier to copy my settings, but they will still reflect on your time zone. So like if I go to when I was in GMT -5, right? See how this thing readjusted. It's 6 o'clock, but it's not 6 o'clock. It's the open is not at 6 o'clock. The open is at 7. So just GMT -6, and there it is. Open to the right time zones. So long story short, it made it easier just to copy the settings. Good, good, good. All right, I'm liking this, guys. Nice 15-minute engulfing candle. You like that one, Rec? Yeah, it's touching. I believe it's touching the. Yeah, I like this right here. Boom. I like this. It was a rally-based rally that got engulfed. Perfect, perfect. I think the next candlestick we can execute, guys. Let this one close. Hopefully we get that pullback we're looking for. Just a little pullback. Get that little pullback in there. So this is going to be our range that we're going to focus on, the 15-minute candle. At the 50% in there. All right, there it is. We're waiting for is just waiting for that candlestick to close. Let it close. The 2 minutes. High, low. It goes for a 15-minute range. Okay, just closed. Anywhere at 23, 38% is valid. The closer you get to 50%, the best. This one is this 15-minute range is about $11. So halfway is about 5.5. So that's 50 pips. So it's not a bad little range. If we can start catching it around 23%. That's about 85 pips. That's kind of usually our range. All right, share this, you guys here. So share it. All right, here it comes. Good. A little higher. Start poking the pebble right now to start. We're at the 38%. Anything higher is better for us. Okay. Let's quickly check the S&T system. Excellent. Everything's bearish. This drop also had made it easier for this thing to flip, right? The 17 flag. Okay, so this big push down almost matched the low here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 candlesticks times 5 minutes, that's 20. So right at 9 o'clock, right? This flag will be at the top, and that will give us a bearish signal. Or unless we make the lower low first. So if we push down first, it'll flip this box over. But yeah, I'm liking the setup. And at the same time, if this pushes up without it making a higher high and just kind of stays in the range of 17, it will give this flag time to flip over. That'd be good. And that's kind of, I think that's kind of the anticipation, Deanna, that sometimes I see ahead of time, right? Is this right here? 17 works a lot faster, right? 17 is bullish, but the future of it in 4 more candlesticks, it'll be bearish, but only, right, if the candlesticks don't make another high. So those are little things I'm seeing, but it only works the best on the 17, right? It just makes it's everything else to take a while. I've been noticing, just don't play with that fire. First take profit, guys. If you're in, I did get in a little pebble in there at 41.98-ish, give or take. That one's in blue. 41.88 is a good take profit for that one. Nice 100 pip move there. I think the little Fibo also it gave 2 signal cells. Perfect. Yeah. So that's good. Well, you guys have access to the Fibo. Every time it gives a signal, guys, right? Every time it gives a signal, and the momentum is in our favor, it's more likely that it can happen. So all you got to do is just check the Fibo with the momentum, not the structure, just the momentum. Oh, it's a high probability that it's a stronger move. So I know, Mr. Ron, I know you like to use the Fibo a lot. Yeah, check the signals with the momentum lines, the red lines, the mid lines, the 52 and 8, and if they're in the same color, it's a pretty good one. At least we're trading with some momentum there. All right, guys, so we're looking good so far. Let's see here. Let's see if we get a signal from $100. Any question, guys, always let me know. We'll keep the session more interactive. So here on our example, right, we did not get a signal simply because the 17 box is way too big. Okay. The 17 box is way too big. Let's see. Yeah, if it's more than 80 pips from the midline, I should have gave it. This is waiting for something else. See, it draws right there. See. Yeah, there goes the flip. Oh, that's why it's only 70 pips. The Yeah, so see, it needed the box needed to be at least 80 pips from the midline to the high. So that's the reason why I didn't give the signal. So if I put 67 less, there it goes. It gave a signal there. But again, this is just kind of more for a precaution because we don't want to get too tight of a range for a stop loss. But these are always you can always adjust it based on the time frame you want to use and so forth, right? But yeah, we're looking at the sell. I'm looking at the sells as well, without the signal there, but we get the flip. Oh, Nico, it's already available. It's yeah, all you gotta do is turn it on, like the countdown, right? I have one. Go to I'm using MT5. Go to settings. And your app should be the most updated one, and there's a countdown to bar close. Yeah, right here, look. I just shared the image on the. Yeah, when I saw that too, same thing. I was like, yes, this is very, very helpful. All right, guys. If you got any around 40 to 50% of that movement, we're looking good so far. Again, simple move, guys. We used the 15-minute candlestick, the one that Rack mentioned, retraced about 38%. That was my area of execution. And we can go down as 41.88. I my first take profit there, 41.88. Up to 41.81 we can go to. Yes. It should be an eco. It should be like if this is the phone, it should. If you're I didn't know you looked at your charts to do. Does anybody here trade off you Nico? You trade on desktop versions of MT5? The technology to me seems
Yes, I
yeah,
used to just trade on my phone, but I'm trying to become a bit more disciplined and also
yeah.
trade on my desktop and not just off my phone.
Have they updated that software though? Is it still kind of like Windows 98 looking?
Uh, I'm not sure. I don't think I was familiar with the previous version or whatever that was.
Okay, but it doesn't look nothing like the MetaTrader 5 on the 5, right? Like it doesn't look nothing like the phones, the MetaTrader. So does it look very similar to it? Because to me, it's very hard
To
for
me,
me
it
to read
looks
it.
like as it has always looked. So
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay.
thanks, but I'll be looking because that is a feature that I really want. The
Yeah,
countdown. It's so important.
it is. It is. It's really
Yeah,
important.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. KG, were you able to take profit up there, man? I know we're trying to get to '09, but hopefully right, guys. So I have us going to 88 for this first drop, and then afterwards, it can go to 41.82. Nice. Okay. 30 minutes here. This one right here. Got it. And again, remember, I was telling you, man, how the that volume's coming in. Just a quick update here on that update, but just quick just on these ETM candlesticks, guys. Okay. So we all know the drop base drop pattern. Okay. When we the concept of it is the body for the most part. Okay. But the actual drop begins from um the first candlestick. Okay. So focusing, locking in right here on the drop base drop. Okay. Again, though, that's the entire range as well. Like, we've been focusing on ranges, right? So on the 30-minute, right, usually the equilibrium zone is there, but the entire range of the drop base drop is there. Just very similar to how we do the previous daily candlestick, right? This thing hit about what, maybe 78, 88% retracement. If that's the high and that's the low, but more specifically, right, it came in into the open, very near the open of that first drop. And I've been seeing a lot of volume. Again, there's a lot of volume on the open of candlesticks that you just can't use every candlestick, right? I look at this open here on this 15, on this another 30-minute strong candle. Price came into the open and took off. You want to be a little more specific. It came in also to fill in those gaps and it took off. Okay. All right, let's see. We get the volume back in. Again, I think we got on the first entry. Let's see, but see here, the setup is all there. It's just the candlestick hasn't closed, right? The candlestick hasn't officially closed, so therefore it will let it close. And what pattern can happen afterwards? Well, another drop. So we'll have a drop base drop. Julio, welcome in. Sylvia, welcome in as well. I'm just not seeing your names there, Annette. Two, let's see, 80 pip drop. Just look how that looks on the 2-minute chart or 1-minute chart. See on the 1-minute chart, that 15-minute 15-minute candlestick is a nice impulse down. That's a retracement. And then from there we go. Yeah, but I won't be able, unfortunately, I will not be able to be at the FOMC this evening, this afternoon. I'm moving into an office, so I'll be doing some movement there. Really nice office. Near downtown. And check this out here too, guys. You see how we measured this candlestick, 15-minute candle? Look where it's look where the next candlestick rejected. Negative 18%. Appreciate you guys. Yes, so yeah, I am. I am. The convenience is nice, but I do like that space. Good opportunity I had there, so I went to go ahead and just take it. The 272. Yes, so yeah, negative 18, 27. Yeah, but that's what happens all the time, guys. It's how price moves, right? So even so, right, 38% entry. We always take profit at the two at negative 18, but negative 18, 272 touch. And there's oh yeah. Yeah, this is the Fibonacci that Paul was showing me. here, 886. There it is. So yeah, this is the pattern that Paul was sharing with me that uses one fib. All right. So whenever you have your first drop, they'll pull back to that entry level, and then it'll touch the extension, the TP1, and then from here it'll come back to the 23%, and then it'll finish back down. So that's with using one fib, we could potentially catch two impulses, right? The impulse down retracement. So you enter there, take it down to the negative 18272 extension. You TP there, and then let this retrace, and it'll come back to that 0.23% range. You enter there again, and then it will take you down to the final extensions. So I like when he showed me that. I can see an opportunity in that. And here, I think we're still in a good spot. We still got this engulfing candle. We got this this 15-minute candlestick can still be a bearish candle. It may just go here and take the high or tap into the body of the actual now BEC. Right now it's a BEC, and good entries again at the 50% area.
Hey, G, I got a question.
Absolutely.
What time frame, when New York opened up, is that guy or whatever looking at when he you said he waits to like from 7 to 8:30 and then fibs on
The
what
New
time?
York impulse. So let me put it up here.
Any particular time frame?
He stays on the 5 minutes. So yeah, the 5 minute impulse. So in this scenario, right, before the drop at 8:30, which is good, right? It actually flipped on it. So then technically, right, the strongest impulse.
So you fib that down fib? That's
Yes, you fib from high to low. Yes. And right here, right around 8:30 time frame, that's the direction we'll fib. Let me go to this chart here. No drawings there. Yes, correct. So before this drop happened, it was first bullish, but he does not enter until after 8:30, right? So when 8:30 hit, we were at the lows. So as of right now, right, this is the New York impulse to the downside.
okay.
And then there goes the 50, 61, 78% levels, the ideal ones to get it to take us back down to the extensions.
Okay, thank you.
And simultaneously, right there, Janet, right, that this range right here, that's that 15-minute candlestick as well. You see?
Yeah.
So somewhat connected.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Also, too, guys, if we don't trend down, right? Obviously, the news is later. It's gonna just kind of slow price down a bit, but hopefully we get that one drop to 88. I would like 88. Okay. 88 is a good target for me. Box. So good. All right. If you didn't get in the first time when we got in, we're back at second opportunity. Now touching the rally base rally, now BEC. So we are in second entry zone up to the 78%. So any entry here is valid. We want to wait to 78%. based on your plan, you can valid as well. So we're at the between 50, 61% range. I would like to see us get to 88 with this move down. Okay. And stop loss will be at the high of the engulfing 15-minute candlestick. A couple of little drop base drops here, right there. Now only these only have the strength, right? Because we have structure, and because of that 15-minute candlestick. I won't just rely on any what do you call 1 minute ETM candle. See, inside that 15-minute zone, we have this 1 minute drop base drop. And it's just above the 61.8%. So that's solid there. Even so, right, we can potentially get the entire little range here, right? Because we can mark up that range like so, that 1 minute range. We've been marking it up, and it can potentially go as high as the what do you call it? The open of that first drop. Same story we're telling ourselves. Try to be as consistent as possible. So let's say 61% entry, stop loss at the high. 141.88 is the target. Gold. See, as of right now, right, I had this first entry here, this wick here, when it first touched the 38%, gave this drop, interesting, right? It touched the extensions, got a rejection, which can happen. And now, right, it just probably wants, hopefully, we're speculating that it wants these levels up to 78%. Ideally, right, we would have loved to take profit there, but I didn't. So I still have this position open, and I recently entered one more time right there. Okay. And if for whatever reason it touches 78%, I'll put another entry there. But this one's pending. Okay. This one's we'll put a square on it. It's not on. So I have a first entry. I have a second entry. But cumulatively, I'm only watching for them to get in drawdown. If the drawdown is within my threshold, I hold, right? Even if we get up here and my drawdown is still manageable, I'll hold. And right, technically the technical setup ends right there, right? At that high. But if my drawdown is too big, I'll close because the drawdown is too big. Now, if my third entry does not get touched, how can I add more entries to this? Still trying to play aggressive, right? How can I add more entries to this? Well, let price get below 20%. Maybe get a little 5-minute, 15-minute candlestick close in this level, and then I'll enter a third time, trading with momentum to the extensions down below. Okay, that's what's really, really important, guys, for you guys to know exactly how much you're willing to risk, how those pips multiply, right? With the lot size you're using. And again, though, right, if I do enter that third entry, I'm in profit on these two. And if the trade goes very well in my direction, we got that push down. Okay. Doing the same thing. Nice. Come on. Another thing that you can do to have more peace of mind, right, as well, is like your first entry here, you're in. Second entry, you're in. You don't want to hold this drawdown now, okay? Well, I'm closing this one in profit. I'm out, and I'm in full control of my trade. You win that one because now price is below, and you're good to go. You don't want to go to that drawdown again. Close it in profit, and just manage your higher position, and then from there take it down, guys. Okay. I'm not over leveraged, so I can hold the drawdown. Good stuff though. I like what we experienced here, guys. Good ways to kind of break down these charts. And again, it's the same breakdown. Okay, same breakdown. Gracias, Julio. It's the same breakdown, guys. Okay. Remember, I mentioned it yesterday during the live session. I'm only looking for the same thing. I'm looking for an impulse. Regardless of which direction I'm going for, I'm looking for an impulse. You wait for a correction, you enter, and then you hopefully it finishes the extension. The impulse has many different faces, right? It could be the New York range, it could be an S&T box, it can be just one single candlestick, which is that 15-minute candlestick that we have. But the whole thing is right is the 1 2 3 strategy, right? Dan really again the right it is whatever you learn at what phase, you get me, right? When I mentioned the 1 2 3 strategy, right? I think that's when we started the trade circle. And Dan wanted some help on some things, and I ended up helping him a little bit. And the first thing he really learned from me, or just kind of I mentioned to him, was that 1 2 3 strategy, and that was kind of his foundation line. And the 1 2 3 strategy, because he liked it so much, he brings it up a lot, and I'm seeing now every time, right? It's look for your impulse, no matter what direction you're trading. You look for your impulse. All right, well, this 15-minute candlestick was my impulse. You fib that 15-minute range, and the rule is enter at 50 or whatever level you want. Enter at 50%, stop loss at 78 or stops at the high, and then you take your trades based on that direction. That's how the SMT system is built too, right? If we actually use the SMT system by itself. Okay. Where did this go to? Remember this right here? Same old story, just a different scale. Okay. This is the high. This is the low. Okay. Obviously, this is the 50% of the entire box. Same thing, right? Price pull back to 50%. Stop loss at the high. Take profit at the extensions. So same system. 1 2 3 strategy. 1 2 3 review. All right, guys, we're looking very, very good. We broke the 23%, guys. We may just kind of hang around here, but I think the destination is 41.88. If you got some pips, let me know. If not, hopefully you got a lot of value from the session. We teach the same thing, try to teach the same thing consistently, so you guys can, so we can all see the same markets together. We can all win together, guys. Remember, that's the whole goal of these sessions, the whole goal of these indicators, so we can all see the same thing as much as possible, and so we can all, you know, trade together, and for the most part, a lot of times being in the same direction. Okay. Well, good stuff. We're at 9 o'clock. Let me hit my TP right there, 41.88 for both entries. Like Daniel likes to say, bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful setup, beautiful setup. This is actually what's his name? He's not here today. Oh man, I forgot his name. Oh, nice, Carol. Nice, nice, nice. From Prague. There's 61% entry. All right, guys, we are wrapping up for today. Thank you guys for the attendance. We'll keep ourselves updated on the chats. If you haven't joined the school, the link is in the WhatsApp group. Join it just so I can, just get everybody in there. And what's it called? Monday, we'll talk about it on Sunday, and then we'll start opening to the public on Monday. Or on Monday, I'll start opening up, all the other classrooms that I have in there, some of my notes and stuff. And then on Monday as well, we'll start opening it for the public so they can have free access to it. Actually, while we're here, just give me 4 minutes, please. Let me just kind of explain to you guys here how it's gonna work. And I'm sharing you guys this early, right? Because once we release it, I want you guys to fully understand the way everything is set out. Okay. So this is how I'm. Let's see here. Oh yes, of course, Sylvie. Yeah, they're. Hold on, I'll show you guys here what's here. I lost the chat. Yeah, I mean, as long if they're in the internet team and so forth, yeah, they can. Yeah, absolutely. We'll figure a way to do it. Oh, dang, this thing's reacting pretty strong. Part of it. All right, but let's close out here, guys. So again, these are not live yet, but this is the plan. Okay. Every legacy member, you're a legacy member already. Okay. This does not apply to you, right? None of these apply to you. Okay. So if you're a legacy member, I mean, you supported me from the beginning, so you're in, locked in. Any new member that we get once this opens, right? They'll pay the 279 per year, right? To join the Wednesday live trading and the Sunday study groups. Right. So free is free. They get in, they get access to a few things, they get access to the trading lounge. I have a learn to trade course, and you have access to the community, kind of like a free telegram, right? All you guys are locked in for life. You don't have to pay that price. You're locked in for life. You're locked in. You guys are my friends for life, right? Um, However, anybody new, there'll be a 279 per year subscription. Okay. So they'll get the legacy access that you guys have. They'll get the Wednesday live trading like this one. They'll get the Sunday study session, and they're unlocking they're unlocking, whatever they need to unlock. Okay. Again, the 279 per year is very, very inexpensive, right? It's like less than about $20 per month. But I will have this only on a yearly subscription, simply because we need to make sure that they're committed, whoever wants to join, etc. Maybe during the Black Friday, I'll do an opening where, like, they buy both. They buy like at a little bit higher price, they get lifetime access. The VIP is obviously, I am still in support of what COC is building. I like what they're building. They can support any Spanish community I have. Spanish will come here on the school, but I may need some help, Victor. I may need some help, Pablo. I don't think Pablo's here to kind of create some content in Spanish. But yeah, if anybody wants to be part of COC, like the business parts of things, like AI trading tools, and want more live trading sessions, we can then talk, right, and see how that fits for you. French, Sylvie, that's yeah. No, no, Joe, no. So you're a legacy member. There is no expense for you. Okay. Anybody who does want to join the legacy group moving forward, starting Monday, it'll be a 279 per year subscription. They also get the SMT, not Jibo. They'll get the SMT scenario. But we'll explain this more on Sunday. I think what I have here is good. Um, but yeah. The Jibo, yeah, let me go to that very quick. The Jibo will, it's a beta 175 to unlock it, and you also have lifetime access to it, no subscription, right? And it could be 175 or 100 and 100 once the release is completely. I mean, it's working now, but there's some little things that I need to add. I need to add what do you call? I need to add uh alerts and other little things in there that we're all working from. And you guys are sending me some feedback already, which I really do appreciate. That we can kind of nail in more uh yeah, just kind of clean it up a little bit. Okay. I do, Nico, but then I start reading it and then it just seems long. It's still double work. I do that a lot though. I do that. I do go over and try to read as much as possible, just so I won't. But yeah, so again, when everything is unlocked, you guys will have access to all of it. So Learn to Trade is free. About will be free as well because they need to see what they're about. You guys, the Trade Circle Legacy Group, and then the Academy, and then some old stuff that I have here will work. And yeah, but see, it's nice. We'll have the calendar here. And yeah, so you guys will have access to the calendar automatically once I add those sessions. They'll be over here. All right, what did gold do? Did gold pull us back hard? Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna do that a lot. Yeah, the school is really nice. I wish I would have used it from the beginning. I decided to use that circle program in the beginning, and it just yeah, circle program is was an interesting business there. Um, their business model is very interesting. And school is good. School is really, really good. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. Taking a break. We'll be in touch. And any questions, please feel free to message me directly or put them in the chat to make it easier. Maybe you're asking a question and somebody's trying to ask, and we can answer it together. Everybody have a good one. Good morning. If you took profit at the -18, we're good. If not, we're back at break even. Oh my goodness. You have a good morning. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now. See you guys tonight. Trade lunch tonight. Bye now. Hey, Rack, I see you there, man. I'm noticing you're there. I have the thing hidden, so yeah. I'll follow up with you later, man. I'm clearing up later on, and I'll follow up with you later, bro. Appreciate
Sorry,
you.
G?
No, so I'll touch base with you a little bit later this week.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
perfect.
We'll see you.
Okay, take care. See you. Bye-bye.